Hello and welcome to Moviefone. Moviefone TV is your ticket to all that's new at the movies. Here's what's hot on screen. Set years after the reign of Caesar, a young ape embarks on a quest to chart a course for the future by uncovering the truth about the past in Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, starring Freya Allen.
When I sleep, I see strange things.
Memories?
Not memories. New things. I see everything. We started with our movement coordinator, Alain Gautheir. He led us through some basic physical theater exercises and pretty quickly started helping us find the bodies of the apes.
He studied apes and all the different types of apes, but the one thing that's common with apes is the rib cage and the hips are very close together, so there's no torsion. So that's why they kind of move like this. You know how when we walk, we counterbalance, right?
Right.
Apes, it's the opposite.
You are familiar with the concept of evolution?
Then you start to filter in your character, your idea of what it is, and then all of a sudden Alain asks you a question, and
All of a sudden, my voice changed, and I became Proximus.
What a wonderful
Orangutans, they move slower than the other apes, but very efficient with their movement.
Okay, here we go.
We worked very hard. It's always the same team at Weta Effects in New Zealand. We're standing on their shoulders on the stuff that they invented.
All right, here we go. Pictures up.
I mean, I might as well be in front of apes.
I was gonna say that.
I just mean, like, they're brilliant at, what they learn in ape school. They fully graduated.
You would choose a human over an ape. Together, you will die.
These movies have always worked in a way of kind of looking at the times we live in. And the idea of sort of knowledge is power. That was a big theme for us in this movie. So, we don't try to force it down anyone's throat, but, there's ideas in there to chew on.
No. Together. Strong.
Moviefone recommends. The Spengler family returns to New York to defend their home from a second ice age in the comedy sequel Ghostbusters: Frozen Empire, featuring McKenna Grace and Ernie Hudson.
For the first time in New York history, a room full of people froze to death in July.
It's an unimaginable evil with the power to kill by fear itself.
Like, literally scared to death?
I'm a massive fan of Ghostbusters, so getting to work with the original guys is always insane to me, getting to work and bust ghosts alongside the people you've been watching your entire life is weird. It's surreal, to say the least.
I was a fan since I was as young as I can remember and saw it for the first time. So yeah, that was such a cool experience, being able to be a part of a franchise that did shape me as like a kid and as an actor and as a person, really. That's what movies do, right?
It's been over half my life. 40 years, Ghostbusters. I've been Winston Zedmore to people I meet on the street and everywhere. So it's kind of hard to separate me from the role. And the fact that it's still, current, that people still love it. Wherever I go in the world, there are Ghostbuster fans who show up and express to me how much the movie has meant to them and their families.
We might be looking at a second ice age.
We're gonna need all the help we can get.
Let's get to work.
Can I be of any help? Melnitz in uniform. Yes.
We got to work with the older guys a lot more than we did in Afterlife. because this go around they were there kind of throughout the entire production versus Afterlife they were just there for the final 2 weeks.
I didn't get to work with them a lot, but anytime that I could, obviously I just like annoy them, poke at them and be like, just speak in front of me because I want to seep in your geniusness. Tell me a joke, something, you know, let me bug you, Bill. Hi, Bill. Hey, Bill, can I bug you again? So yeah, no, it was really cool and they're just the best.
Bill Murray and Dan Aykroyd, they come up with stuff that it just boggles the mind. So I love working with them. And Danny especially, who I think doesn't always get the credit. Danny's really good. He's a wonderful actor. He's very down to earth and he's there 100% completely.
I was so lucky because it was everything and just as cool as I or you would probably want it to be, you know? So stepping into it was kind of surreal because I had expectations, but they're rarely fulfilled, you know? And that was one of the experiences where it was totally like fulfilled and more.
If there's something strange, if there's something weird, who are people gonna call?
Ghostbusters, what do you want?
It doesn't feel real. I mean, even being like 5 years into the franchise and 2 films in, still doesn't feel right to be able to say like, yeah, I'm a Ghostbuster. Like, that doesn't sound right. You know, I feel like a fraud. I'm a fraud. Everybody's gonna find me out. I'm not a real Ghostbuster. Like, somebody's just gonna find out that I'm just a fangirl on set and they're gonna kick me out. You know, that's how it always feels.
Heads up. Tall, dark, and horny at 12 o'clock.
Up next on Moviefone TV, Letitia Wright and Ty Sheridan. To find out where to watch any movie, check out Moviefone.com. Find it, watch it.
It was very intense. It was a very challenging film to make and very challenging roles for us playing medics.
Moviefone Spotlight. With a looming threat of deportation shadowing her every step, a young Nigerian woman embarks on a journey to gain asylum as Letitia Wright stars in the gripping drama Aisha.
Aisha, you're saying that your life would be in danger if you were to return to Nigeria.
Yes, I have no place to go.
I love the simplicity of it, really. It was more about the internal dialogue of the character. It wasn't filled with a lot of words, but it was about the situation that Aisha was going through. And it just felt like a piece that I could really stretch myself in and I could connect to the audience without words. And I was really drawn to how many women Aisha as a character represented in real life. And I really wanted to shed light on what was happening to them.
You wait outside, please.
Me.
Move. You have failed to report to the Guard of National Immigration.
Guys, take it easy. Hold on.
Take it easy.
Take it easy. Please, please, she's a small child.
I didn't know I'd be doing stuff like that.
I love their connection because it's really unexpected and he sees something in her that she knows is there, but she's just not in the right headspace to accept that love that, you know, he's willing to give to her. And I just think it's a beautiful connection in the midst of the storm for her. And she's trying to process how to navigate that alongside her immigration matter.
I feel happy, and sometimes I feel really scared. My life is not where it needs to be.
I feel like there's such a big hold on people being able to continue their life after they've come through so much trauma and they're asking for help in a foreign place. They really just want to step forward in life, and I feel like there's a section that keeps them behind. And it's a system that's put in place and they're trying their best to manage what's happening. But I feel like there's ways for it to be improved, and that's what our movie is trying to shed light on.
Do you want to talk about it?
In case you missed it, a young paramedic and his seasoned partner discover a city in crisis, one 911 call at a time, in the gritty thriller Asphalt City, starring Sean Penn and Ty Sheridan.
You believe in heaven? I don't know if I believe in heaven, but I believe in hell.
1, 2, 3. The project's been around for a really long time. It first came to me in 2018. And really, I think the single element that got us most excited was really trying to convey the lives of medics. And we all thought that was a really exciting story.
I usually get here 10 minutes early. I like to ride with partners who do too. Yes, sir.
The film, is based on a novel by Shannon Burke, and it's originally set in 90s in Harlem. Our version of the movie is a much more contemporary telling.
Shannon was a paramedic when he's a young guy, and I thought it was really interesting because you can see through the book it's a journey, and you go and ride with him from the first day. You can understand, how it is for him to face the kind of type of violence a paramedic can face.
Tube me. They'll die if you don't tube me.
Go, go, go. You think these people like you?
Outside with the dog. We're trying to treat them.
He's the new kid on the block, so to speak. He's a rookie medic. He's somebody who, envisions a career in the medical field and is trying to get into med school and is, wants to be a paramedic to get a lot of real world experience. And he does get that very quickly.
I give you about 2 weeks.
What's going on? 30-year-old female. She just gave birth. Took some heroin for the pain. How's the baby?
They're the best, They were really like when I read the book and then the script, I say, I won't tie, I won't Sean. I was obsessed, So it took me like a few years because Sean first said, no, I don't want to act anymore. So I have to convince him. And then the pandemic happened. And then, so it was a long way.
It was very intense. It was a very challenging film to make and very challenging roles for us playing medics. It's very technical.
Just watching them learn on the job almost and just really putting these things together and then dealing with the chaos of the actual scene. When you're in a scene, whether it's acting or not, it's real. It's just made up circumstances but real reactions. So it was amazing to work with them.
Is it worth it?
It's the job.
That's also the theme of the movie, how the paramedic can be affected by all the violence they have to face every day.
You start doing this because you want to help people. Sometimes you just end up doing the complete opposite.
It just goes to show, how much of a burden they carry. These people, they carry a lot of responsibility. They're the person you call in your worst moments. I think if anything, I hope the film hopes to convey that to the world and to the public, and really show them, a closer look at what their lives may be like and some of the burdens that they may be carrying.
You don't gotta let it inside you.
You ain't got what it takes for this life here.
Coming up on Moviefone TV, Christian Slater and Elizabeth Hurley.
Kind of gave me something in my brain that gave me the freedom to be as nuts and dangerous and scary as I possibly could be.
Find it, watch it. After moving back to their ancestral estate, a family begins to discover the magical secrets of their new home in the fantasy series The Spiderwick Chronicles, featuring Christian Slater.
This town is full of stories. Allow me to be your guide through the fantastical world around you.
Welcome to Spiderwick.
She's divorced. She wants to get a fresh start with her family. Also help her child deal with some things that he's going through. And so it's a lot. It's a lot on her shoulders.
Mallory knows what she wants to be, who she wants to be. Simon knows his place and who he wants to be. But Jared doesn't really know who he wants to be and where he fits in.
They're twin brothers at the end of the day, and they're always gonna be there for each other. And throughout, the season, we definitely start to see them have their own differences.
Mallory is angry that she had to move to this town. She definitely blames Jared. She makes that very, very clear, very quickly.
It's my fault we had to move here.
You've been going through a hard time for a while now.
And then for them to find this hidden world of magic and mythological creatures and all this, it's a lot. This poor mama is dealing with a lot.
Once we clean this house up, this will be great. And I know we can all use a fresh start.
Once I saw what the special effects team was doing, and they sent me, some videos of the actual Mulgarath character, gave me the freedom to be as nuts and dangerous and scary as I possibly could be.
The world would be a better place without humans.
Find the pages. Put Spiderwick's field guide back together.
What they do is they shrink me down into little mouse size. No, I was in a booth and they had a puppet on set.
They actually had a little tiny Thimbletack puppet that they would just like kind of do this with. And it was like a little Barbie doll kind of thing. And then they'd
I want it. Why don't we have that?
You should ask for it. You should get it.
Having someone believe in you is the most powerful form of magic there is.
I've played so many moms in my career, and we just all hit it off right away, instantly, as soon as we met.
Joy's just great. She really feels like a mother on set, and I just love her to bits. She's amazing. And then Christian, I worked with him beforehand on another project of mine. I mean, you just gotta love him. He's a live wire.
What an icon. What I mean, I was so intimidated going into it just because I was so excited to meet him and work with him. And then I met him and he's just the coolest guy.
A reckoning is coming.
She's gonna make sure that her family is taken care of to the best of her abilities, and they're gonna fight this good fight together. Yeah.
It's nice that Mulgarath is the impetus for all of that.
Yeah.
The irony of it is that he is truly the thing that bonds you all together.
Indie Corner. A haunted young woman struggles to unravel the mysterious death of her best friend in the seductive thriller Strictly Confidential, featuring Elizabeth Hurley.
That day started so normally. Just another day in paradise.
Rebecca? Rebecca!
I came up with the initial idea for this film when I was 17, right after me and my friends lost a very close girlfriend of ours to suicide. I was really struck by taking in and observing some of the people in my friend group who really steadfastly refused to accept what had happened. And while I could sympathize with them, I couldn't really understand it until a year later, my biological father took his own life, and suddenly I understood their refusal to accept what had happened all too well.
It's been a year, sweetheart, without my Rebecca.
She was my best friend. She killed herself. We came out here to reconnect and remember.
I was always going to produce this for him, and it made a lot of sense to him because I'd promised him I'd be in his movie, and of course to the backers who wanted a name in the movie. So I always said I'd be in it.
And I pitched it as a sexy cameo. 2 days work, fly in, fly out, then just stay as a producer, and then I duped her.
Yeah, which was great, because I mean, I knew I was going to have my hands full. I knew that Damien would be able to direct the movie, but what he started to learn on his short movie, and what he continued to learn on this, of course, is all the stuff which has nothing to do actually with the creatives. It's the hideous logistics of making a movie.
Yeah.
So that to me was always going to be my primary function on this film.
If you truly believe something was off, maybe it was.
I know what really happened to your friend.
Rebecca, can I help you?
I play it quite safe with how many takes. I like one-take wonders, but I will always then get another one-take wonder straight afterwards, because I love being covered. You know, I really believe you can make a film in the edit. You know, even with footage that one doesn't love, you can really, really make something beautiful in the edit. Editing is actually my favorite part of the process.
Run! It just happened.
Stay tuned. There's more coming up on Moviefone TV. Thanks for watching Moviefone TV. To find out where to watch any movie, check out Moviefone.com. Find it, watch it.